This is Brent, president of B2C Fitness, and we're talking about self-administered static release techniques of those muscles that lie just above our shoulder blade. Now we have three muscles up there. We have the levator scapulae, the supraspinatus, and the upper trap. And despite the upper trap taking blame for most of the tightness in this area, what we find is that it's actually the levator scapulae who gets tightest first. This has to do with a more detailed explanation of our upper body dysfunction, where the scapula goes into downward rotation and anterior tipping. Now, the muscle that's best at that is the levator scapulae. If we take it a little further, we find that the supraspinatus is next in line to develop trigger points, and the trap is actually the least likely of the three to develop trigger points and adaptively shorten. So in this way, we create a little progression. The first thing I would like you guys to go after is levator scapulae trigger points, then followed by supraspinatus trigger points, and then if there's still trigger points left, we'll go after the traps. So I'm going to have Laura come out and help me demonstrate this levator scapulae self-administered static release. Now your levator scapulae runs from the superior angle of your scapula up into your neck. So if you palpate this upward corner and then go just above it, you'll find those trigger points you're looking for. So I'm going to have Laura place the ball where she thinks those trigger points are. She's going to go ahead and lean up against the wall and then place her hand there to stabilize the ball. Now notice she's using the opposite hand. If you use the same hand, you'll activate the levator scapulae and you're less likely to get a release. Now, when she has found the most tender spot by rolling around just a little bit, she can put that muscle on stretch by going into contralateral flexion, contralateral rotation, and a little bit of flexion, so she's going to look into her opposite pocket. And then she's going to hold that until she gets a release. That usually happens within 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Now one thing I would suggest against is every once in a while I see somebody try to perform this technique on the floor. When you're on the floor, your head goes back into extension, shortening that muscle way down, and it also makes it much harder to get comfortable. So if you try this technique, once again we're going to go up against the wall with a little bit of pressure until we get a release. Thank you.